You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives. You don't know how to run a government. You don't know how to handle an emergency. And you've literally never proposed a bill on anything that you're now talking about in your campaign.
Always a pleasure to hear Andrew Cuomo create his own facts at every debate stage.
Yeah.
We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you.
Governor Hochul.
You were leading the state for
Governor
10 years,
Hochul.
screwing the city.
No.
You cut homelessness
as a legislator,
funding. You cut funding for the MTA.
You as a legislator.
You did all of these things, my friend.
That's the past 4 years. It's the past 4 years.
I heard the both of them again fighting like kids in the schoolyard. Joran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin, and Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City.
Overnight, a feisty final debate in the race for New York City mayor. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo running as an independent, trying to knock off Democratic frontrunner Zoran Mamdani.
You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives.
The issue is that we have all experienced your experience. We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you.
Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa attacked them both.
Joran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin, and Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City.
Cuomo arguing he is best positioned to take on President Trump.
He has said he'll take over New York if Mamdani wins, and he will, because he has no respect for him. He thinks he's a kid and he's going to knock him on his tuchus.
You will hear Donald Trump share that his pick for mayor is Andrew Cuomo. And he wants Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor, not because it will be good for New Yorkers, but because it will be good for him.
All three candidates pledged to ask Jessica Tisch to remain the city's police commissioner, who has overseen a drop in crime. And Mamdani, who has faced scrutiny over his views on the Israel-Hamas war, promised Jewish New Yorkers would be safe.
I look forward to being a mayor for every single person that calls this city home. And that includes Jewish New Yorkers who may have concerns or opposition to the positions that I've shared about Israel and Palestine.
Now, after the debate, Cuomo raced over to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks with current Mayor Eric Adams. There they are courtside as talk swirls about a possible endorsement. And at least the Knicks won.
I just want to go on record and say I have never in my life seen somebody get their ass whooped at a debate this motherfucking bad.
Mr. Cuomo, in 2021, 13 different women who worked in your administration credibly accused you of sexual harassment. Since then, you have spent more than $20 million in taxpayer funds to defend yourself, all while describing these allegations as entirely political. You have even gone so far as to legally go after these women. One of those women, Charlotte Bennett, is here in the audience this evening. You sought to access her private gynecological records. She cannot speak up for herself because you lodged a defamation case against her. I, however, can speak. What do you say to the 13 women that you sexually harassed?
Here's the bottom line. I don't know how anybody sees this clip and doesn't think that Zoran Mamdani, not only with this clip, but also the complete track record, how he's been talking, how he's been listening to New Yorkers, how he's been putting in that work to make sure that he earns the trust of every single community that he speaks to. I don't understand how you don't look at this clip and think that he is the fighter that New York needs, not only for New Yorkers, but against Donald Trump.
Tonight is the final debate for the New York City mayoral race, and Zoran Mamdani is sticking it to Governor Cuomo.
Sensation.
The fact that Cuomo's experience is not really a good one as governor, and he even forgot he was governor. I mean, I think in all these debates, all that's happening is that we're seeing that these antiquated politicians need to step down and that they don't really understand what their constituents need, who are me and you. I don't think they also understand that millennials are the new adults. Like, we are the new adults.
In my opinion, I do not think that Zohran Mamdani will make for a very good New York City mayor at all. The reason I think that is for three reasons. It's one, his tax bill plan. Two, the free buses. And three, I don't think that the city-run grocery stores are going to work. My case for the buses is that they're already extremely inexpensive. They are a one-time payment to go anywhere in the city. So you can go from Coney Island to Manhattan on one bus for $3. And low-income residents get fares for half off. Buses that are free just become mobile homeless shelters, and we don't want that. The tax bill does sound amazing, $10 billion in added revenue that we're going to spend on the city and spend on the people. Where are you going to get that money from? If you tax the rich super heavily, you're going to see them leave. We already saw that Chase is moving their headquarters to Texas, leaving New York City. People are just going to flee. Cuomo was right during the debate. He said, if we tax the rich too heavily, they're going to take the 95 and run to Florida. And three is the city-run grocery stores. I'm excited to see how these work out, but I don't think they will because, one, economies of scale. I think real companies just do it better. They have CEOs who actually know how to run businesses, whereas I think mayors and city council just can't do it as well. Because I'm not sure how they're going to match the efficiency of private sector grocery stores. It's possible that they deliver on their promises for savings. Also, I think these city-run stores will undercut local businesses and small grocery stores. They'll definitely struggle to compete. And I think the execution of it all is still kind of vague. I don't know how the plan is going to fully work out. I don't think anybody really does. I think it might be simpler and definitely less complicated to just offer tax breaks, subsidize some of the grocery stores that already exist. I think we can help them offer more competitive pricing and fairer pricing rather than stepping aside, stepping in, and making their own grocery stores and undercutting them. I will give him his flowers and I'll say that I think he was the most well-spoken guy up on that stage. He's articulate, he's sharp, and I think he's radical too. He's a young guy who wants to change things in the city. He's lived there for a while. I don't think he has the prior experience like Cuomo does, but I'm still excited to see what he can do. I don't think the other candidates are all that good either. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, which candidate you guys prefer. Maybe if you feel like telling me or the comments of the world who you're voting for, you can as well. I guess I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. So, peace out. Good luck to the candidates in this race.
Sliwa, drop out, Como, save the city, win, bro.
So I just got done watching that New York City mayoral debate, and I think it's pretty safe to say at this point, Andrew Cuomo does not have a chance of winning. But it's interesting to kind of analyze why. Because I think it's only partially because Zohran Mamdani is just that good of a campaigner, and he's that popular among New Yorkers. I think what's really happening here is that Andrew Cuomo is making a classic establishment Democrat mistake, but he's making it in a different direction than usual, and I want to talk about that. Anytime you see a Democrat campaigning anywhere for anything, I want the question in the back of your mind to be, why would a Republican vote for somebody who can give them some of what they want when the Republicans are offering all of what they want? It seems like a very easy mistake to not make, but the Democrats do seem to fall into this trap every single day ever since Trump's election. And before Trump's election, obviously, it had its fingerprints all over Kamala Harris's campaign for president. Instead of expanding the tent to the left and trying to peddle policies that have been shown to be quite popular when explained properly, she decided to campaign with Liz Cheney and try to reach moderate Republicans, whatever small percent of the country that might entail. And it didn't work. And of course it didn't work. It wasn't going to work because the Republicans were right there offering the full breadth of what a Republican voter could want. Of course, that didn't sway any voters to Kamala's side, or certainly not enough to decide this election. And Andrew Cuomo is doing a very, very similar thing. Let me explain. Now, Andrew Cuomo is not technically running as a Democrat. He lost his primary to Zohran Mamdani, hold that, and the thing to keep in mind is that because of that, he now can't really expand his tent anywhere. He can't move it to the right because Curtis Sliwa is offering what Republicans in New York want, and he can't move it even an inch to the left because Zohran Mamdani has the left essentially cornered in New York at this point. So the question becomes, who is he going to peddle to get extra voters? And based on his conduct here, it seems like nobody?
Ladies and gentlemen, the city of New York conducted the last mayoral debate before the people of New York officially go to the polls in November. It featured Zohran Mamdani, Andrew Cuomo, and Curtis Sliwa. As you've seen, Andrew Cuomo went ahead to throw a jab at Zohran Mamdani, claiming that Mamdani has never had a real job governing people, he has never proposed a bill, or is even never managed a business. So according to him, how is Mamdani going to lead the lives of 8.5 million people? Zohran Mamdani on his part threw a jab back at Andrew Cuomo, saying that Andrew Cuomo was partly to blame for New York City's failures because Andrew Cuomo was the state governor and is partly to blame. He also went ahead to accuse Andrew Cuomo of having allegedly sexually harassed 13 women back in 2021. It's even said that Andrew Cuomo used $20 million of taxpayers' money to silence the dissidents and gag them. It is even said that he tried to access the gynecological records of one of the victims, that is Charlotte Bennett, and Zohran Mamdani even invited the victim to be part of the audience, and that was when he went ahead to attack Andrew Cuomo. So the big question remains, will Andrew Cuomo be held accountable if he is ever found guilty of these wrongdoings? Your guess remains as good as mine. So ladies and gentlemen, we've had our last debate for the city of New York, and you are yet to see who will emerge as the undisputed winner in the forthcoming elections to be held in November. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and share the video. As always, I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers and peace.